The Arctic wolf's year opens under a sky that forgets the difference between day and night, and the ground is a moving page of wind-drawn snow over iron-cold permafrost. The light feels like a season more than a time, a slow dimmer sliding up and down across months. Distance is slippery here. Yesterday's tracks are erased by morning, so the map lives in memory, ridges, frozen creeks, and the taste of salt blown in from distant leads. Landmarks aren't objects so much as patterns of wind and snow that only repeat if you know how to look. A pack is the instrument that survives this place, tuned by hunger and weather, its pale bodies threading reliable corridors the wind leaves firm. Practice makes the route. Wolves learn the ground the way hands learn a tool, by repetition until it becomes effortless. Travel is a ledger, not a wander. Every mile must pay itself back in meat, or the body withdraws the debt in heat, muscle, and time. Even pauses are investments, standing to read the air, circling once to learn what the wind already knows. Family makes the math possible. A breeding pair holds the center, older offspring add skill, last year's pups become this year's teachers, tightening the weave of cooperation. Kinship turns many small strengths into one large resilience. They settle questions with posture more than teeth. One glance, a step aside, a quiet opening at a carcass, and the snow stays unstained. Conflict wastes heat, and in this climate, diplomacy is a survival trait. Close contact is glue in the cold. Muzzle touches, brief huffs, a leaning shoulder that says, "We're fine," without spending energy on conflict. These touches are tiny agreements that keep the day moving forward. When wind finally drops, voices take over. A layered chorus travels the flats, gathering strays and warning neighbors without burning calories in fights. Each voice is a signature. The pack hears roll call inside the sound. Bodies are built to meet the bill. Thick guard hairs shed snow, a woolly undercoat traps still air, short ears and a neck ruff slow the leak of heat. Even their noses warm the air they breathe, rescuing degrees that would otherwise be lost. Even the feet are winter tools, pads blanketed in fur, toes spreading weight so the crust holds, claws biting lightly to keep the trot efficient. Paws write careful equations on the snow, spending as little as possible with each step. That trot is the pack's drumbeat, a ground-eating rhythm that wastes almost nothing and saves speed for the seconds that matter. A sprint is a blade kept sharp by not using it until the cut is worth the cost. Roots ride the wind's work, scoured river ice, drifted bridges over gullies, and shorelines where spray freezes into firm paths between hunting grounds. A line of travel can last a week or vanish in an hour. Adaptability is the real map. Noses do the scouting. Cold air carries stories. Muskox trails stamped deep, fox dens stitched into drifts, old blood sealed in ice and still readable. Scent is a library where the newest pages are the most valuable. Information turns to direction, a cross-wind quartered, a confirming loop, then a quiet pivot that swings the entire pack toward opportunity. Decision-making looks like flow, but underneath is constant measuring. Prey is whatever the North is dealing today. In lean weeks, it's hares and ptarmigan. In short windows, a muskox calf becomes possible if snow and chance align. A seal that hauled out too far from a breathing hole can change a week. They test rather than charge. A feint to stretch the herd, a retreat if horns lock into a circle, and patience while fear and terrain create openings. Testing is cheaper than failing. Survival favors low-cost experiments. Most days the herd wins, and the wolves conserve what matters: warmth, tendon, and the next chance, by trotting on instead of bleeding energy. Moving on is not surrender. It is a down payment on tomorrow. Hares demand a different script: sharp angles, flanking bursts, and a last-step pounce when crust turns the prey's speed into a stumble. The chase is measured in heartbeats, and the winner is whoever spends those beats best. Luck is courted, not trusted. A frozen carcass found under ravens becomes a shared meal. Spare meat is buried in clean snow and recovered by nose days later. The cold is a pantry if you know where you stocked it. Dens open as the light rises and prey peaks. a brief season when the odds tilt toward new life. Pups arrive small and urgent. The doorway becomes a first classroom where warmth and scent teach the shape of the world. Adults turn miles into meals, sharing food until legs lengthen and play hardens into practice on open tundra. As the light tilts again, the pack folds back into the ledger. Move when it pays, rest when it saves, keep the family whole. Here, survival isn't fury but arithmetic. Heat against distance, risk against hunger, and a family balanced for one more winter.